With a former jockey and NBC sportscaster Donna Barton brothers, no doubt has the busiest job here at the track, but taking some time with us in between all these meetings. I mean, Donna, this has been a highly successful week. We had 5-0 Tuesday yesterday. It was record-setting attendance, but I do want to point out, and I feel like you're the most appropriate person to talk about this with, is that there were 2 deaths here. 2 horses had to be euthanized. You know, and you've been such I want to say advocate, if you will. You really raise awareness for we've got to care for these beautiful animals, and you've really kind of been leading the way as a spokesperson, so to speak. I mean, any reaction to that?
Well, absolutely. Horse safety and jockey safety actually go hand in hand, and as a former jockey, you can't really address one without the other, but the horses are the ones who are really not the ones who are able to take care of themselves, and so it's our responsibility as horsemen to do that, and believe me, these horsemen on the backside do the best they can. When we have a fatality, as you can see, it breaks our heart. And I think what people don't know is that we don't talk about how badly it hurts, right? But it's the same way with human athletes. I mean, human athletes are also injured, and some of them are injured to the extent that, you know, fortunately they recuperate a lot better if they have a broken bone, but they're injured to the extent that sometimes it's career ending, and it's heartbreaking. But I think more so with the animals because they're in our care. But I want viewers to know and rest assured that these athletes get the best care that is possible out there. But it's inevitable that athletes are going to have injuries, and it's sad when it happens to our equine ones.
Well, I think that's why we love having you on so much, and I think that's why America loves watching you on TV is because your heart is right. You love what you do.
Absolutely.
You love these animals so much.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can only imagine what the last 2 weeks have been like for you. When are you sleeping?
Well, as you know, last weekend was Land Rover Kentucky 3-day event, and that show will air, I think, the week after the Kentucky Derby, but we just wrapped that up this weekend. And then Monday morning, I was out here at 6 a.m. to cover, you know, all the ins and outs of the Kentucky Derby, and so sleep is low priority this
in the
week,
car.
But I love it.
And it's just been so fun. Finally, the weather's cooperating a little bit with us. So you've been backside now a little bit. I'd love to get some of your Derby picks because I feel like, you know, can Todd Pletcher beat Todd Pletcher? Right?
Or can Brad Cox beat Brad Cox?
Right? Like it's a crazy year. It really is.
Well, Forte, he's been the one who's been outstanding in the field since the 2-year-old year, right? He's done nothing really to dishonor himself in any way or to hurt his credentials. And so if you give me 2-1 or more on Forte, I'm taking Forte. He's trained by Todd Pletcher, has won the Kentucky Derby a few times already, and so he's going to be my top pick. But then if you go with the favorite, you got to get a long shot underneath. And right now my 2 long shots are Two Fills and Disarm. Two Fills is... Everybody in those connections is making their Derby debut, so that's a fun story, and I do love the stories. And then Disarm, who's trained by Steve Asmussen, who, what a heartbreaker last year when he was narrowly defeated with the favorite with Epicenter, and that horse has been training great. So.
Is it Tapit Trice? Did I say the name right? Tapit Trice?
Did.
What do you think of that horse? You know my hardcore analysis here. That is the prettiest horse out there. Donna, that is a gorgeous horse.
He is. And we're going to have 4 grays in this year's field. Tapit Trice is by a sire named Tapit, and Tapit's offspring have won the Belmont Stakes 4 times, which is 1.5 miles, but they've never won the Kentucky Derby. I'm just going to go out there and say that Tapit Trice, he's won his last 4 races in a row. Really good horse. I don't think he has the running style that's going to be great for the Kentucky Derby because he doesn't look like a horse who can get stopped and start again. And what we call that is a quick turn of foot. So if he gets stopped, does he have a quick enough turn of foot to accelerate again? And my answer is no. And he can't just go wide on both turns in the Derby around 19 horses.
No. Look, every time I'm talking to you, I learn something new, right? I didn't, that whole like stop and go, because y'all, you need to get inside track, because I feel like when I do have like friends that'll ask about from all different states where I've worked, you know, what is this, or how do I bet, or what do I wear? Your book kind of covers the basics of what you need to know about the Derby.
When I started covering horse racing for NBC Sports in 2000, that's when I started to realize, like, this is really an esoteric little inside industry that people don't. And so somebody needs to write a basic 101 book, like, where do these little jockeys come from? How do you train a horse? It's not like training a dog, right? Also, like, what are the names I need to know? What do I wear to the track? How do you bet? And so it's all in there, and you can get it on Amazon.
Right, and I think it's great. This is a great hostess gift. Do you have friends coming to town?
Yeah,
This is
it'll
right? This
stop
is
you
good.
from having to answer a million questions. Send it in advance or put it in the guest room.
It's a great lane to be in to answer questions. So I'm glad you thought of that.
Thanks.
All right, you have your own race after the Derby.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's
Yeah.
everything? It's a Brain Injury Alliance. Brain run, walk, and roll.
Wow, you got it all. I don't even know. How are you doing at Derby
I don't
Week?
know how I'm doing at Derby Week. I don't even know where I am right now. This is great.
Yeah,
It's
you're
been a
good.
fun week, and you love it. You power through it, and I know for you, we've talked to you about this event because it is so special to you.
It is. So you can go to, you've got it on the screen right now, but you can go to biac.us to learn more about it if you just want to register, or if you just want to learn more about it. But it is the Saturday after the Kentucky Derby. The Kentucky Derby is the Run for the Roses. So you can put a team together if you want, or you can register as an individual. I put a team together. My team is called the Run for the Rosé. We may serve a little rosé after
Of course you
the-
will. Of course you will.
So as you said, it's a long week. But yeah, it's
Love
a
it.
great cause because we need to prevent brain injury in Kentucky. And in the event that it happens, which unfortunately it happens
A
too
lot.
frequently, there are resources, and that's what BIAC does.
And where can people go to register? What is the website?
BIAC.us.
There you go. Donna, always a pleasure catching up with you.
My pleasure,
Hang in
and I
there.
love the Fascinator.
Thank you.
It is fascinating.
The hat doctor hooked me up on this one,
Beautiful.
definitely. All right, so for more information, be sure to register for that run. If you want to connect with Donna, just go to donnabrothers.com.